It's a trade proposal that sounds like it belongs in the world of fictional politics rather than real-life negotiations. Maryland senators are reportedly proposing an exchange that could involve fighter jets and the Washington Commanders Stadium site. Yes, you read that right. This is the kind of headline you don't see every day. Here's how the proposed swap would work. D.C. gets Maryland senators agreeing not to block a bill that would allow D.C. to redevelop the RFK Stadium site, possibly making it the new home for the Washington Commanders. Maryland gets one of D.C.'s 2 Air National Guard squadrons, which just so happens to be the one with fighter jets. Oh, and also a public statement from the Commanders about where they prefer to build their next stadium, along with assurances about what will be developed in place of FedEx Field. It may sound like a bizarre deal straight out of a political thriller, but this is what happens when the worlds of professional football, military spending, and D.C. politics collide in a big way. The backdrop here is that D.C. has been trying for years to lure the Commanders from their current home in Maryland. The latest attempt saw the U.S. House passing a bill, the D.C. RFK Memorial Stadium Campus Revitalization Act, which would hand over control of the RFK site to D.C. for redevelopment, possibly including a new NFL stadium. But, of course, Maryland lawmakers aren't thrilled about the idea of losing the Commanders. So this trade proposal has been floated as a way to sweeten the deal for them. Maryland, which is already facing competition from Virginia for the team, is reportedly the only state without a National Guard flying mission next year, as its squadron is being restructured. This makes the fighter jets an appealing asset for Maryland to gain in exchange for letting D.C. redevelop the site. However, not everyone is on board. Eleanor Holmes Norton, D.C.'s non-voting congressional delegate, has voiced concerns about the proposal. She argues that taking away D.C.'s aviation resources could leave the city in a vulnerable position, relying on other National Guard units for critical operations like intercepting aircraft and conducting rescues. It's a tangled web of politics, football, and military strategy, all of which highlights the complexities of D.C.'s governance. Despite its sizable population, D.C. doesn't have full congressional representation, which means states like Maryland and Virginia hold significant sway over decisions impacting the capital. So, while the idea of trading fighter jets for a stadium site may seem outlandish, in the cutthroat world of politics and NFL stadium deals, it's a suggestion that's hard to ignore. Let's see if this wild proposal takes off, or if it crashes and burns.